Hello there, folks. Frank Zarilla. November 5th, midday. Most of you are probably watching football. But today we're going to do what we did last week. We're going to recap the Ibd Weekly paper. We're going to look at the Ibd 50 list and also the Ibd sector list. Ibd does a great job narrowing down the universe of stocks to 50 names based on relative strength and earnings and sales acceleration. So what we're going to do here is go through the list extremely quickly to see if we can find some names to buy for this week, specifically for tomorrow. So here's YY reports on November 14th. The stock was on the list last week from the Ibd 50 here, going through roughly $88, had a $2 move. This thing still looks okay. I like the stock going through $90.95 with a stop here at the low of the day of roughly $88. So that's one. Adobe, no. Grub, no. Facebook, looks okay. Has been trading sideways for roughly 1, 2, 3, 3.5 months. Numbers are out. I like this stock here going through 179.86, buy stop 179.96. If you want to give it some room here, you want to give it this low, 173.90. So you have to just adjust your stop accordingly. But if you want to give it room, this is probably the right level to give it to. What we're doing, what we're looking for very simply is we're looking for stocks that have been undergoing some type of contraction. Here's 5, by the way, on the list last week as well, going through this price here, 55.66. We got involved at 55.88, had a $2 move. It still looks okay. I wouldn't buy it here, but a nice cup and handle. You can see if it sets up again, but this was on the list last week. We're looking for stocks that are going through some type of consolidation, and we want to get them. We want to get involved before they break out again. GWRE. This was a new American name in the paper this week and was on the list also last Sunday going through 77.94. We got involved at 78.12 because we had a buy stop at 78.04. We got hit 10 cents higher. That's what happens. The stock had a nice move, but it's up already $3 from that buy point. Still looks okay, but if you get involved in a situation like this, you have to give it a lot of room, and that's all the way down to 77.31. Red Hat, looks okay. It's been trading sideways for roughly 14 days. This is without a doubt extended. But it might be okay for a short-term trade here, going through 121.64, buy stop at 121.74 with a stop right over here at $120. This without a doubt is extended, so I wouldn't overstay my welcome here. NVIDIA, the report this week, it probably runs up to the earnings report, which is what we mentioned last week right over here I think at $200, at $203. But I would not hold it over earnings. It's a crapshoot. TTD is a name that was on the list also last week, going through, I think 64.13. It had a $2 move. It still looks okay, but they report on the 9th. So if you get involved with the stock, you have a stop loss here at 62.80, or you have a stop on the 9th of November, which is right before their earnings report. All right, so that's an Ibd 50. Let's look at the sector list to see if we can find something that's exciting for tomorrow. ABMD, no. Some of these are the same exact names. Here's Facebook again, which we just mentioned. Sideways for 3.5 months. It looks okay. I mean, it looks okay here. You have to give it some room, but it looks okay. 5, we already mentioned. We own it already. We took a little bit of profits, up $2. YY, we already mentioned as well. So basically, we got 3 names from the Ibd list that look okay. Number 1 is YY going through 90.95, stop at 88. Facebook, like I said, trading sideways for 3.5 months. The earnings are out. It looks okay, going through 179.86 with a stop loss here at 173. These trades are all for tomorrow. Tuesday's it's a totally different ball game, so these are specifically for tomorrow. If they trigger, we want to be involved. If they don't trigger, you leave them alone for the next day to see if they set up again. And RHT, which is extended, 70 to 120 in a straight line. It's extended, but it can go probably a couple of more points. Buy stop 120, 174. Stop loss at roughly, call it 120. And that's about it, guys. If you have any questions, feel free to add Zor Trades me or just email me. Trade them well and be well.